Okay, so Aifeex has a couple of articles out. We can see that they launched November 15th. I believe most of the onboarding of this company began around late November. That's when most of the international teams that started, where we ended up hearing about it first week of December, right? So they have registered their company. They are in different, locations right now from Singapore, from Malaysia, from Indonesia. We've seen different ads, banners in airports and train stations across these different regions. Okay. Um, the next, we also see another Yahoo News article, which tells us that this company is really focused on their global expansion because they are putting out articles in internationally recognized news media outlets. We can look at their website as well. You go to aifeex.com. Pretty excellent website. Everything is on point. Just I feel they put everything together that you can understand what kind of services they offer, what they're doing. So they're trading crypto, right, guys? They're trading crypto. This is not Forex opportunity. This is they are strictly trading crypto on different exchanges and they are trading on leverage, right? They're trading on leverage. And how do we know this? We are able to see some of these trades. So we'll go into that. They call their AI model Takwin, right? That's what they call it. It's basically able to analyze the market in real time and get into certain trades. Um, they call it high frequency trading, right? So you can learn more about it. They have their AI fund manager bot where we are able to be a part of this ecosystem by utilizing their AI. You deposit in 7-day contracts, 30-day contracts, 90-day contracts, 360-day contracts, and the AI has variant amounts that it makes per day, right? This is not fixed returns. It varies based on the performance per day. Now, the next utility I found interesting is if you are able to get this app, which you need a link from somebody who's um, already has the app to download it, you have access to certain AI assistants and AI tools that some people pay for, right? Some people pay subscription services to have these AI tools working for them. The new thing now is AI assistants. AI assistants are basically it's like an advanced form of chat GPT that can help you perform a specific task. And as you use the specific AI for those tasks, it becomes smarter. It begins to learn more and help service you better as in a way it's reading your mind, right? So they have these services inside the app. You can use them. It's free, right? That's a good thing. So there's a utility that people can experience from this AI, regardless of whether they decided to invest their crypto to earn dividends, right? They have a new model coming out, AI creation. This is going to help you create videos, right? Art, different things, all through text or voice command. They have a AI film editing assistant that's coming out soon, where you make your videos and maybe it's a short movie, maybe it's a movie you want to edit it. It will help you do all these edits, right? I believe the film editing is coming soon, but they have a lot of different AI tools that are already live, from a fitness AI assistant to one that even helps with raising children, advice on what to do. They have one that is an office assistant that can help you with documents and research articles and all these different things. So guys, the AI model is real, it's live, and it works, right? Company went ahead and got one of their entities registered inside of New York. At the same time, they also went and filed the Form D with the SEC. We all know that that's basically them saying, hey, we want to exempt ourselves from offering securities because we know this is a very, very, um, I would say, complex market in terms of regulation, right? The definition for a lot of these things are still complex. So the requirement is that most companies that are helping people earn passive income have to file a Form D, right? And then with time, the SEC processes and all these different things, right? So here they've done the groundwork, they've laid the foundation. So the next question will be, okay, well, if they are able to help us earn, how do we earn, right? What are these contracts? How do they work? 7-day contracts, basically for a week, 7 days, your crypto is locked in. The AI trades, it earns you dividends, and your contract ends, you can withdraw your capital, right? The crypto you put in, there's no fee when you transfer it into the wallet, but every withdrawal made from this platform incurs a 5% fee. We'll look at that, right? The next one is the 30-day contract. So with this 30-day contract, you're looking at, let me actually see. Okay, great. So with the 7-day contract, you're looking at 1% on average a day, right? Once again, this is the max it can pay out. It would not always be 1%. So some days it might be 0.8, 0.7, 0.9, but the max cap on the 7-day contracts is 1% a day, right? And there's a way the company does the distribution. All of the earnings generated by the AI does not go directly to the ROI or the passive income. There's a way they distribute it, and we'll get into that as well, right? So 1.3% a day is what you're given on these 30-day contracts as the max, right? So sometimes you might see that 0.8, 0.9, 1%, but 1.3 is the max, right? So same thing, 90 days, right? So with the 90 days, this is, good for people who are saying, okay, well, I'm able to manage my risk. I have a bigger risk appetite. I'm going to hold my crypto locked in for 90 days, about 3 months, right? Most people will say, well, 7 days is enough for me to risk. I'm just going to go in 7 days, assess the project. If I feel I'm confident, I go back in another 7 days. Same thing with the 30 days, guys. You have the option to choose, right? Then there's the 365. That's what people who say, you know what? I'm here to earn at the end of the day. I'm focused on the long term. I want to maximize and make the most returns. So on the 90 days, you would earn a cap of 1.6% a day, right? On the 365, the system is generating 2% max per day, right? So anywhere from 1% to 2% is what you're going to be seeing on a daily basis. Now, how are these profits distributed, right? Because all the funds go in a pool and are traded on different exchanges, right? And the profits generated are then now divided. So we'll take the example of the 365, right? Where it's 2% max per day. So let's just say it performed today at 2%, which it actually did today. For those that are, already a part of it, you can confirm, you can text in the chat. But if you go look in your app, the annual fund today generated 2% in profits. Why? Bitcoin has been moving incredibly fast, going up, and it has caused a lot of cryptos to also go up. And we're going to look at that also inside the back office. So all user investments would receive 45% of all the funds generated in profits. So out of that 2% generated, right? We can do the math on that. 45% times 2 would give us 0.9. So everyone who has the yearly fund received 0.9% ROI return on their investment, right? Which is pretty solid, right? How many platforms are literally able to pay out these kind of returns from a real trading system? Now, the platform dividends, this is for people who decide to help this ecosystem by being affiliates, by sharing, by building communities. There is 50% of all profits generated put aside just to reward people like you and myself, right? So, guys, we're going to show you how you can maximize all the returns that are inside this opportunity and probably walk away with more than the standard, which is being just paid out on the user investment returns, right? And then there's a management fee of 5% and on all these transactions. And then there's a withdrawal fee of 5%. Okay. Sorry, not a withdrawal fee of 5%, but when you withdraw based on the currency you're withdrawing, there's fees, right? So TRC20, I believe is $9 in fees, no matter how much you withdraw. BEP20 is $1 in fees, right? And then you can also use Bitcoin. That's the beautiful part, guys. You can stake Bitcoin in these contracts and you earn Bitcoin. Your Bitcoin is being calculated based on the number of tokens that you have in the system. So let's say you earn 1%. If you had one BTC and you earned 1%, that would be 0.01 BTC, not $50, $100, no, 0.01 BTC. So whatever the value of BTC happens to be that day, you are extracting that because you got a percentage of your tokens. Now that's huge, right? For people that are looking to multiply their Bitcoin, we've seen Bitcoin going up. So, imagine you got into Aifeex maybe about 60 days ago and already earned your 2x return. Now Bitcoin goes up, your 2 BTC just went up even more, right? So that's a good thing for people that are looking to do that. You can also use Ethereum and earn Ethereum, right? Or you can use USDT, either BEP20, TRC20, I believe, or ERC, and then you can deposit and then you can earn dividends in USDT. So that's what we know about this opportunity. So now, the other way to earn, other than earning from your own capital, is the VIP plan. So this is where anyone who wants to be a VIP member, you can, right? And we'll show you how. There's an entire strategy and formula built around this. What I did is we decided to show it on more on it in a drawing, right? So guys, even though it's on the PDF, I think I would rather show the written down drawings because it's much easier. So let me go ahead and share my screen from here. Okay. Well, we'll go into this first, right? So someone will say, well, if I have 100 USDT, what am I looking to earn, right? How do these numbers look like? Now, once again, these amounts are not fixed, but this is an idea of the daily dividends you would be extracted. So if somebody came with 100 USDT on the weekly, they might be earning around 45 cents a day, right? Somebody came in on the monthly, they'll do about 59, 60 cents, 59 cents a day, right? Somebody came in on the 90-day contract, they will probably be doing around 72 cents a day on 100, right? On 100, that's 0.72 once you do the 45% out of that. And on the annual, the 365 contract, you do about 90 cents a day. So if somebody came in on 1,000, they'll say, well, what would that mean then? Just multiply that by 10. You do $4.50 a day on the 7-day contract. If you chose the 30-day contract, that would be $5.85 a day. If you chose the quarterly contract, that's $7.20. That's 0.72%, right? If you chose the yearly contract, that would be 9 USDT per day, right? So almost that's about 0.9%, right? Somebody came in at the 5,000, right? I said, okay, well, I had 5,000 USDT just laying there. What can I do? On a 7-day contract, you do 22 USDT per day. On a monthly, you do 29.25 USDT per day. On a 90-day, you're doing 36 USDT per day. On an annual, you're doing 45 USDT per day. So someone came in with 10,000, right? And we had a couple of guys come in and a lot of them have literally extracted a lot of value from this ecosystem and are still doing that, right? So at 45, at the 7-day contract, you're doing 45 USDT per day. That means in 10 days, that's already 450, right? For example. On the monthly, you're doing 58.50, 58 USDT per day, right? So think about it, in 30 days, that would be I think that would be well over, if I'm not mistaken, let me just do the math, 58.50 times 30. That's 1,700 USDT, around that in your first month, right? Or what if you're compounded? How do you compound? You can deposit a minimum of 100 into any contract. So the minute you earn 100, you can get into another contract. You can get into a 7-day contract, right? Even though maybe you're on a quarterly contract, but you're gonna say, "Oh, my profits, I'm just gonna keep putting them in week by week, and then just take them out when the week is over. I just want to make more by the time the month is up." So that is another strategy, guys. You can also take advantage of that, right? And if you are in the annual contract, that would be 90 USDT per day, right? Almost $100, just $10 short of 100 USDT per day, right? Now, there's other strategies we're going to show you, especially with the VIP contract. And once you see that, guys, you can understand that you can make well over 1% if you utilize the system the right way. So this is what Aifeex is saying. You can be a VIP member, and then you can have access to seeing your community investment data, being able to track the number of active users and inactive users in your community. But you have to be VIP one first. How do you get to VIP one? As long as you can have 3,000 USDT worth in sales, whether it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDT, as long as we're 3,000 in sales, total team, whether it's one person that put it under you, two people, 10 people, you are now VIP one. Here's the sweet part. As a VIP one, you're going to earn 20% of your team's daily income. So let's say, for example, you got started, right? And you send me the link. I put in 3K. You become a VIP one the next day, right? Now, if I'm earning, I'll just use a slight example. If I'm earning 100 USDT a day, you're going to get 20 USDT as a check match. That, like, literally every day. Think about it, guys. 20%, not on your directs, on your entire team, as long as no one else is a VIP one, right? Now, the minute you hit a 1x cap, you are going to need to redeposit into your investment fund. The reason I say 1x cap, so let's say I start off with 200 USDT, earning me 1% a day. What the plan is saying is that as a VIP one, my daily income from my ROI is separate. That has no cap, right? It's just your time that you lock it in for. That's it. You can keep earning more than you put in. There's no cap on that. But the team plan, the minute you hit you make or you earn an equal amount to what you have in your own deposit, you hit that cap, you have to now add more to your own fund, right? And keep earning. So that's what the 1x cap is about. So now let's look at VIP2. VIP2, all you need is 10,000 USDT or dollars worth of team sales. And you need two VIP ones, right? Remember, VIP one is someone who just has 3K under them in volume. So the compensation plan here is telling us we basically need about two legs to max the comp plan all the way to VIP 9. So what some leaders are doing is that you have options. You can start yourself. You can say, okay, I'm gonna get started. If you have the funds to do it, you can put um, two wallets underneath yourself, right? So you sign up twice under yourself. That's your first and your second leg. You deposit in there, and then you can share your two legs to build your team. That way, you're guaranteeing that your structure is set up well enough to at least be at VIP, right? Or you can find the two leaders that you want to work with, two friends that you guys do this together. You find opportunities where you can scale up and grow your crypto, and you also share. You get them started first, and then you all work together to build depth in those two legs, right? So that's another strategy. Some people just even have the 10K themselves. And so they structure themselves in a way they just become VIP too. So rather than just make 90 USDT per day, maybe on a 12 on the annual contract, now they can extract 30% from that 90 USDT extra. So for example, you're earning 90 USDT, the whole team is earning 90 USDT, right? You're gonna get 30% of that. as a VIP too. So that would be an extra 27 USDT added to your whatever you're earning from your own capital. And if that was all your capital you put together, then you're adding 27 USDT more. Guys, this is explosive, right? Because when you have teams starting to make 500 USDT, even 100 USDT a day, that's $30 that you get every day, right? So now your cap is 2x. Once you hit 2x, boom, you have to add more to your own fund just so you can increase the capacity of how much more team profits you can extract. Most VIP2s are earning about 200 USDT, depending on your structure and how much volume you're accruing more than this 10,000, right? Even if you don't go to a higher rank because your structure is not right, but you have a ton of volume, you can be earning well over 600 USDT, 200 to 600, even with this kind of setup, right? Now, as a VIP3, you need 30,000 in sales, 30,000 in sales, two VIP2s, right? Two individuals with 10,000 in sales as well, and two VIP ones, right? So now you extract 40%. So if your team's bringing in on that 30,000, if they're bringing in, for example, 300 USDT every day, right? You're gonna do 40% of that. That's 120 USDT. If your team's bringing in just 300 USDT in team profits, your entire team, and you're a VIP3, you could be pulling in an extra 120 USDT every single day. Now, as your team grows in volume, right, you can find yourself even extracting more than that, right? So that's why somebody put between 600 to 2,000 because they probably had more volume than this minimum and their structure was set up the right way. So they was just getting 40% from every other investor who was earning any dividends. Now, mind you, as a VIP3, you would not earn 40% on the earnings of a VIP2. If anyone hits VIP2, you're going to earn the difference, which is 10%, which is still huge. VIP1, if they're at 20%, you're at 40, you subtract that. Now you have only 40 minus 20, that's 20%. But let's say you hit this rank now, and then a friend comes in at 20,000 USDT, and they're in anywhere in your leg, and they're not ranked up. They're VIP0. You're gonna get 40% of whatever they're earning every day, right? And you have a 3x cap. VIP4, the minimum volume requirement is 100,000 USDT. If you can achieve that, the next thing is you need two VIP3s. You're going to extract 50% check match of all the daily earnings coming in, guys. This is huge. If your team's making even 100, even if you're just able to get 50% of 100 USDT every day, that's 50 USDT. This is why timing is everything in an opportunity like this, guys. I can see a lot of people extract a lot of value. I'm talking thousands a day if they decide to share this opportunity, right? So you have a 4x cap, and then you would have to deposit more into your own fund. Remember, your fund is uncapped. It would always keep earning, regardless of if you hit the cap on the team profits. VIP5, you need at least 300K in volume and two VIP4s. 60%, guys. So you hit the rank of VIP5, for example, and then the next day somebody says, well, I have my own 100,000. It's just been laying there. I want to be able to get into this program even for 30 days, make my profits and leave. All those 30 days that they're in the program, if they're earning 1,000 USDT a day, for example, that one individual is earning 1,000 USDT a day, you're going to get 60%, 600 USDT every day. Just that one individual because they haven't ranked up. But if they happen to be VIP4, then you're only going to get 10% because you have to subtract the 60 from that 50% they're entitled to, or the 60 minus 40 or 60 minus 30. So if you have a couple of VIP2s in your team, if they're bringing in $100 a day, you're going to get 30% check match because from 60 minus 30. Guys, this is explosive, right? So here, some individuals who build their structure right and have volume probably well over 300K are going to start seeing 2, 3, 4, 5,000 every day. Even more as the volume is coming from people who are unranked. Okay, so oh, this is monthly income. Sorry, this is monthly. So yeah, so about 20K a month as a VIP 5, right? So now VIP 6, you have 1 million in team volume, right? And two VIP 5s. That means you can extract 70%, guys, 70% and a 6x cap. So your team brings in 1,000 a day, 700 USDT right there. That's if it's coming from people who are unranked. If there's a VIP 5, 70 minus 60, only 10% of that. If it's from a VIP 4, then it's going to be only 20% of that. Now, if someone is the same rank as you do not get that 10%. I believe you're only going to get a check match of their VIP earnings. You're not going to get from their team profits that's coming in from the entire team. Just what they get as a VIP, you get a 10% check match because you're the same rank. VIP 7, 3 million in sales. Two VIP 6, you have 80%. Guys, this is explosive. That means even as a VIP 6, if I bring on just one person who's making 1,000 a day, I can extract 80% check match, 800 USDT every day. Right, guys? So this is huge, right? This is huge. And at 7x, you can keep earning, right? Now, VIP 8, 10 million in sales, two VIP 7s, you had 90% check match. VIP 9, 30 million in sales with two VIP 8s, you had 100% check match. Right? And then they have the VIP 9 plus, 9 plus plus, and then 9 3 plus, which basically means you have other VIP 9s, then you're entitled to a different tier. And they will launch a token where that token will be airdropped to only VIP 9 plus and above. Everyone else who would like to partake in that token would have to buy it on their own. But VIP 9s pluses would, at that point, maybe next year, this year, whenever, are going to get those airdrops, right? So real quick, how do you want to structure yourself, right? So this is just an overview, right, of how you can get to VIP 3 in the fastest possible way and also to extract the most value. So some individuals get started, you get started, but you have two leaders. They might not have all the funds available, but for just a minimum of 100, anyone can get started. So they can start with that 100, go ahead and duplicate. Okay, they get their two leaders on board, right? And then now you guys build your team, right? 5,000 in sales down this leg, 5,000 here, 5,000 here, 5,000 here. So you create two VIP ones, creating a VIP two. Then you just need an extra 10K in volume coming from any other leg or any of these. It could be more than that. You have 30K now, you have VIP three, right? So guys, simple structure, simple formula. I hope you can all take advantage of it. You can expand to VIP 4. All you're doing is duplicating. Guys. All you're doing is duplicating. So that's the entire business plan opportunity here with this project. What I will do is I'm gonna go on the app real quick, just so you guys can see some of these trades that we are talking about that are actually inside the app. Give me 1 second. Okay. So this is the app. This is how it looks like, right? Once you download the app, you need a link, right? We'll go through the process real briefly. You get a link from your sponsor and you'll be able to download the app, Android or iPhone. iPhone, you're going to do it through a process through the iTunes Cloud. Android, you will download the APK file. So we'll look at the annual fund. You can see it says 2% today for 365. So today, literally almost the maximum was achieved on all these funds. So let's see what they did to actually generate this 2%. So when you go in, you click on it, and then you can see performance, holdings, analysis. We're going to look at performance for the last month, right, guys? Over 112% return. This fund has done 59%, but the cumulative net return has been well over 100% since they began this fund, less than 2 months, right? Now, you want to look at holdings. When you go to holdings, you can see all the different tokens that you're actually holding, right? They have the ANA token, they have ETH, Lido, right? With Algo. So we just pick one. Let's just pick one that is popular, right? We'll pick Bitcoin, which they have a lot of the fund concentrated. Guys, you are able to see profits and losses from trades that have been completed. So this is what they generated, just multiple small trades, probably, 10K accounts, 5K, but there's multiple in these holdings, right? And they're all generating profits or losses based on the strategy. As you can see, there are long trades, short trades, meaning that long means that you are buying, hoping it will go up. Short means you're buying, hoping it will go down. And it's all on leverage, right? 10x, 5x, just name it, right? That's how they're trading. So it's with leverage. This is an 18x trade, and it all comes with the receipts. These order numbers are attached to whatever centralized exchange that they use for the trades, but we don't know exactly which exchange each single trade is coming from, right? But this is just data that is live. Then we want to look at live trades, right? So this is transaction records, also just to see if you just want to see the record of the order and everything that was done. It's all here. Current holdings is where you see ongoing trades, trades that are currently running as we speak. You're going to see these figures move because this data is live, guys. So that is something I personally haven't seen in any opportunity, maybe in the last 3 years, where a company is willing to actually show you their holdings, be transparent enough to say, look, these are the tokens we are holding, right? These are the tokens we are holding. This is what we are earning from these tokens. Let's see if I can go back again. Yeah, they'll be like, these are the tokens we are holding. How many companies are doing that? We are holding this, we are holding that. So you already know ahead of time that if Bitcoin, something crazy happened, it's not an excuse you're gonna get. You're gonna be able to tell for yourself because you know they're holding Bitcoin. You know they're holding WIF. You know they're holding TIA, ADA, XRP. You expect certain results as the market moves certain directions. Remember, they also trade going up or down. So either way, it benefits them. And then now you can see data as much as current holders. What's live? You see that change over the last couple seconds? That already changed, right? So that's something new, something innovative I haven't seen in a while. So I like that. Also, we know the different AIs are right here, guys. In case you guys haven't checked it, you can just go here, screenwriting. See, I can write stories on any theme for you. I want to write a children's book on how to, count. Boom, it can do that for you, right? How teach children about crypto. I need basic whatever it is, it can help you write those themes. Translation, translate any language, right? Social, we have work, career planning, help you. Programming assistant can help you write code and interpret the code for you. Guys, this is live in the app. You can literally do these things yourself, okay? And it's free to use these services. At least for now, we know it's free. Now, if you're in any country where you build your teams locally, in person, you want to take advantage of this promotion. They are literally giving money to VIP members so they can help them grow their communities, in turn, grow the funds so they can be more profitable, right? So you have access to 500 USDT. The minute you say, okay, I'm going to put together a small event in my town, my city, get at least 15 people. Guys, this could be a small conference hall. It could be a training center. It could be a hotel sitting area. It could be a restaurant. As long as you have 15 people that gathered, 20 people, you made a flyer, you promoted on social media, and you're able to show all the different proof. All the requirements are right here. You have to submit all the different requirement proofs and do a video. Most preferably, just have the people talking about Aifeex in the video. Guess what? You get approved within 24, 48 hours usually. Boom, that's it. 500 USDT. So you can keep building, keep growing. So all that information is here, guys, right? I haven't seen a company that is transparently giving out support. Usually you join a company, they'll say you have to know someone and they have to call someone and then see if they can help get you support. But here is not the case, right? Everyone is equally having access to this. We have equal access. Some people are taking advantage of this already and getting 500 USDT every 2 weeks to do events in their local communities. You can do the same. Okay. So guys, that's the entire process for this application. Guys, if you have any other questions, the PDF is right here inside the app official website. This is where you get your link to invite your friends when you click on invite friends. And I hope you guys get started. I hope you guys are earning and you guys are profitable. We'll have another call to go into depth in the compensation plans. But today, guys, this is everything that we came here to discuss. If you have any questions, please, we're going to take it inside of the group.